I'm Sofia May Hanapon, BEd 2A2. Today, I will be answering 3 questions that was assigned to me. And the first one is, characterize Victor. What kind of boy is she? Describe the relationship with his father. Victor is the story's protagonist. He is the son of a dock worker and an unemployed housewife from Manila Shanties. He is the personification of a young child, innocent and clueless to how the world actually works. He was a strong little child who had to confront the terrible and unjust world on his own. I considered him a dynamic character considering that he changed during the story, from an innocent child to a bruised guy who had no option but to adapt in order to survive the deadly streets of Manila. Victor and his father had a good relationship, to the point where when life throws a curveball at their family, his father does not criticize him, but instead gives him time to explain things. And the second is, to what socio-economic status do the characters belong? According to Victor's story, he was a street boy, which basically means he lived on the streets. There isn't enough food to eat, shelters to live in, or even water to wash their body. As a result, I regard them to be of poor social standing. And the third is the situation in the story similar to other urban poor families living in big cities in our country? Yes, it is definitely comparable in real life, particularly in our country. For instance, Manila is renewed as a huge city, and some of us are lured to move there, taking risks in order to get a decent job, which does not exist in reality except for those who have backups. Manila is overpopulated place. That's why some people who belong to low class live in streets and under the bridge. The story and the real life in Manila is cruel and unjust too. They can't receive good respect from the higher class and even involved in troubles just to survive.
Good day, I am Marcia Joy Fernandez Tacolanga, a Bachelor of Elementary Education student. Today I will be answering some of the given questions that refer to the story Children of the City, written by Amadis Maria Guerrero. The first question is, was there a change in the character of Victor after the death of his father and his best friend Nacho? Of course, there was a change in Victor's character because he lost his father and his best friend. We know that when we lost our loved ones, we go through difficult situations where many questions can be formed as to why painful things are happening in our lives, but I believe that is not long term. Victor still thinks he needs to go on with life and accept things because that will be the only way to make his life lighter. Victor still thinks he should choose to get out of the difficult situation rather than react to his life-threatening hardships. Therefore, we know that Victor's character is just like us in real life, choosing what is better and more selective to be happy with them in the hardships we experience. Victor knows what good he can do, so he will. Next is, figure out what could happen to Victor when he grows up to be an adult. At a young age, Victor has been suffering from a great deal of loss for his loved one. It was not easy for him. No child will ever seek such an event that he or she has experienced, but I believe that when he grows up, he will have a realization that everything that is happening has a reason. It happened to him to inform that he needed to be brave for himself, so that he could learn to defend the people around him, especially himself. What does he know is that he will bring up to adulthood to use force to cope with the problems he faces. He will be brave for his dreams. The last one is, give the meaning of his name, Victor. Is he victorious? Of course he is, because he has overcome or defeated an adversary. He won a difficult battle at his young age, so his name matches him because he is victorious. And we will always remember that no matter what we go through, we will be like Victor. We will win our battle in life because even though our name is not Victor, we are also victorious because we overcome the difficult things in life.
Hi everyone, My name is Jasper Ken E. Guerrillas, Bachelor of Elementary Education, second year, Section A1. How are the following social issues tackled in the story? Letter A. Labor dispute. If we reflect of the story, it shows how people concerning employment terms or condition or association representation of person in fixing, maintaining, changing or arranging employment terms and condition, regardless of whether the disputants are in approximately relationship of employer and employee. Letter B. Prostitution. It shows of the story is the practice of engaging in relatively discriminate sexual activity with someone who is not a spouse or friend in exchange for immediately payment in money or other valuables. And letter C. Child labor. It shows of the story we will be able to fight child labor more effectively if we understand what causes it occurs in countries with high level of poverty and unemployment. When a family earnings are insufficient, they put their children to work to ensure that they have enough money to survive.
Good day, ma'am and sir. I am Modesto Elbidico from BEd 282, and let me explain my task about the story, The Children of the City. Poverty. It reflects on the story and shows how people in the lower class experience a never-ending cycling of being poor and dying being poor. Next, let's proceed to the identification of the character in the story, whether they good or bad. Okay, let's begin with Victor. Victor is the main character of the story. According to the story, he is the son of a dock worker and unemployed wife in the shanties of Manila. Victor's characteristic is naive and don't know how the world really works. His life took a turn for the worse after his father passed away. He learned true workings of the world despite his best effort to find hope and joy. I consider him to be a despite character of the story. Next, let's proceed to the characteristic of Tio Pedring on the story. Tio Pedring is Victor's uncle who adopts him after he was left by his mother. He was extra good. When he was satisfied with his work, his uncle would take him as a reward.
Hi everyone, I am Joanne J. Valde, Bachelor of Elementary Education, second year, Section A1. Victor's father. I consider this character as good because he were just taking risks as a father. Fight himself over abusive society where they live. He can accept the real scenario that life is not fair sometimes. Poor family are still being trampled by the unfairly society. Nasho. If I will rate this character from 1 to 10, I will rate him as 9 over 10 because Nasho were one of Victor's fine friends, which the only one who treated him a food as the Turo-Turo owner named Aling Pasin. His character were good, though his life were not so blessed and ended it as he met his death violently during a hit-and-run accident. Victor's mother. This character were really not good, or in other words, bad. When Victor's father died, he neglected Victor. He chose her new beloved man over Victor, which is her only son. He left Victor telling she was just in a vacation, but he didn't come back. She is the one reason why Victor living in the society with sorrowful experiences. Victor's mother can stand her side as a mother, who were the only person Victor needed while growing.